little mouse was getting ready for Christmas. She hung up her little stocking ready for Santa and wrapped up all her presents. She was looking forward to seeing Grandma and Grandpa, who were going to visit on Christmas Day. The only trouble was, there wasn't any snow. "I know it doesn't really matter," said Little Mouse to herself, "but I'm still going to wish for snow." And so she wished extra hard. Then something magical happened. First, one snowflake fell, then another, until the whole sky was filled with snowflakes. Little Mouse was so excited, she went out into the garden and danced around and around in the falling snowflakes. Her friends Little Robin and Little Sparrow, out hunting for winter berries, fluttered around her as she danced. And as Christmas Eve drew on, it snowed more and more. By the evening, there was such a lot of snow that Little Mouse decided to stay indoors. In fact, it had snowed so hard, Little Mouse started to wonder if Santa would be able to get to their house that night. "Of course Santa will come," laughed Ma Mouse. "He has a magical sleigh that travels along the ground and flies over the top of the trees and houses." "But Grandma and Grandpa can't fly," thought Little Mouse. On Christmas Day, Little Mouse woke up early to find Santa had delivered all her presents despite the snow. But when she ran into the kitchen to wish Ma and Pa Mouse a Merry Christmas, she got a surprise. There on the table was a card addressed to Little Mouse, and in it she read, "Merry Christmas, Little Mouse. We've gone to fetch Grandma and Grandpa. We will be home very soon. Help yourself to a Christmas breakfast. Love, Ma and Pa." Little Mouse sat down to wait. Outside, the world lay deep in snow, and as time drew on, she started to worry. What if Ma and Pa Mouse were lost in the snow? Little Mouse didn't like the idea of spending Christmas alone in the house, even if she did have Little Robin and Little Sparrow for company. But when she looked out into the garden, even the two little birds had flown away. Just then, she noticed something very strange. There in the snow were two long tracks. They must have been made by Santa's sleigh. That gave her an idea. It looked as though Santa had set off through the forest to Grandma and Grandpa's house. Little Mouse decided that she would take her sled and follow the tracks. She would find Ma and Pa Mouse and bring them home. At first, the going was very easy. The tracks seemed to be leading in the right direction, but then the snow became deeper and the tracks disappeared. Santa's sleigh had flown away. Little Mouse started to realize she might become lost in the snow herself. Just as she was about to turn and head for home, she noticed something fluttering ahead of her. It was Little Robin and Little Sparrow, and they had brought Little Fox with them, and Little Squirrel too. "We thought the snow might be a bit deep for you, Little Mouse," they cried, "so we went to see if Little Fox might be able to help." Soon Little Fox was pulling Little Mouse's sleigh homeward, and just around the next bend, they found Ma and Pa Mouse, and Grandma and Grandpa Mouse too. Little Mouse was so glad to see them. She ran up and gave them all the biggest Christmas hugs you can imagine. "I thought you had gotten lost in the snow," she said. "And then I nearly got lost myself, but my forest friends all came to help." Ma Mouse invited all the Little Mouse's friends to join them for Christmas dinner. Little Mouse put on her special present from Ma and Pa, a beautiful red dress to match her Christmas hat. "I'm so glad you could come home for Christmas," said Little Mouse to Grandma and Grandpa. "Spending Christmas with your family and friends is the best present anyone can have." And Grandma and Grandpa smiled big smiles and said, "Merry Christmas, Little Mouse."